Good morning, guys. Today we're back at the castle again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be the last trim video that I'm gonna have on my channel for you guys at the castle, because we're wrapping things up here. So I've already released doing trim on doorways, doing trim on these doors in here. Now we're gonna be putting in the baseboard. So I know that even after this video, there's gonna be odd and end small trim pieces I put in, but hopefully this covers the majority of the trim, and yeah, then, well, all the trim should be done. So I'm gonna hop in here. Hopefully we can get some trim knocked out and move on to the next step. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna tackle this one and kind of explain to you guys step by step how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna frame this closet in. We're not putting any baseboard up on any of the rock wall just because there's really no good way to do it. So if you haven't checked out my flooring videos, make sure you go do that. We just cut this LVP flooring as close as we could to the rock wall, which took a lot of time and a lot of headache, but it turned out really nice, I think. But as far as for the baseboard goes in this video, this closet is going to be an excellent example on why it is so hard to do work in the castle. Because on the ICF extension, for the most part, everything's, you know, it's new construction, it's not remodeling. So all this baseboard in here went in great. Didn't have much issues with it at all. Maybe a little bit, but in here, this floor was, I think it was about 3/4 of an inch higher than this floor over here. Actually might have been more than that even. But anyway, so in order to make this floor to where you could walk into here without having to step down, which would be a tripping hazard, we had to bring up this floor right here and make it even with, so now you can just walk right into it, which is extremely nice. But now we've got this closet that is sloping down at an angle, and it's also sloping uphill like this a little bit too. So I can't just slap everything up on a miter saw and cut them all at 90 degrees, put it in there, nothing would line up at all. So I'm gonna put these pieces in here and show you guys how I've been marking them out whenever I know the floor is real wonky, and to make my joints line up as best as possible. So I'm gonna make my mark. That's where this other board's going to come over the top of this board. So now I've got my line, and to show you guys why I can't just cut it at a 90. Because you guys can see there how far off it's gonna be. We're flush up top, and we've got probably 1/8 to 3/16 at the bottom of an inch down here. So that's kind of the process of how I've been doing everything. So I'm gonna cut this, and then after I cut it, I'll turn you guys back on and show you guys how I fit this next piece. All right, guys, so I've got my mark, I've got my angle that I'm gonna have to cut it back at, and I've got my skill saw set. So I'm gonna cut this, turn you guys back on, and fit this other piece. All right, so I've got my new board here, got that board in place, and I might have been a degree off, but maybe, but really, really close. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark the back side of this board, cut it off, and then that should do it. I wanted to include this clip just to talk and kind of go over this work that I just did. I actually did this backwards. I should have ran the first board over the top and dove the second one into it, just because we burn it, and that way we don't have to go back in with a hand torch and burn that. But so that was my mistake and my fault on that one. But yeah, you live and you learn, I guess. I'm not sure exactly. All right, I called Boss Man. He didn't answer, so I'm not gonna wait for him. I'm just gonna keep on rocking on. And if he doesn't like it, then we can we can talk about that whenever he gets here and see what he wants to have differently. Alrighty, I got this side marked. Where's my square? Just to show you guys again how far out that is. So yeah, that's why I just can't slap it in a miter saw and cut it, but we're doing best with what we've got to work with. So if anyone else has some tips, let me hear them in the comments. I am young and I'm ready to learn some tricks, so just like that. There we go. All right, there you guys have it. I think it looks right. As right as it can. I mean, I know it's hard to tell angles and stuff like this on this wide angle camera, but whew, it runs downhill bad. But there we go. We'll see what old Matt says about it whenever he gets down here. Then I'm gonna trim out the inside of the closet and we will be on to our next step. Man, look at that. We've got all of our transition pieces in here now. Me and Reagan did that last night. But on the other side of it, we've got a lot of trim done. There's really not a ton more trim to do. I know that I have not been the best at recording everything that I've done, but got all this trimmed out. Top of it is, I did not do that. Another guy worked here, but it all looks really, really good. We got transition piece in there, all that trimmed out. This doorway trimmed out, all the baseboards done in here. We got these two windows trimmed out. This is just gonna be a quick little update. The steps were pulled off, planed down, burnt, reinstalled. Put these two boards on the side. Both of these platforms, same thing. Pulled off, planed down, burnt. All this stuff is done. Stairway to Heaven's done. Then I don't think I've showed you guys the vertical ceiling. I think Matt's already posted that, so I'm gonna go up here, bull nose done. Bull nose done. Looks really good. Then here's all the vertical cedar with the best view at the castle, in my opinion. The very top, and it is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, this thing's came a long ways. Matt was just working on this door last night. If you haven't checked out his channel, his latest video, he built that. Really cool, just a small bathroom. So if you're up here hanging out, you don't have to walk all the way down that flight of stairs just to use the bathroom. But that's like a floating shelf. He's gonna put a sink in here and all that other good stuff. So really making good use of the room, I think. Top of the tower. Alrighty, I trimmed out all this door. Matt trimmed out this. Looks really good. That piece of baseboard got installed. I don't know if you guys saw this yet on my channel, but I trimmed out that was exposed. And then all the baseboard's done in here. Trimmed out that door. We got that piece of baseboard on. Goes all the way up, touches the shower. Then in here, got transition piece installed there. Transition piece. Transition piece. Transition piece. It all looks really fluid and consistent now. And that's what that looks like right there. So yeah, looks really good. We've yet to put boards on the back side of this, so that's what we're going to be doing in this video too, trimming that out. We got these two, or I guess 3 pieces of trim on. Then got trim on there, and behind the door here, right there. So realistically, all we have to do is trim out that, put a board there, and then a few touch up and on end pieces. Then all the trim is going to be done from the top of the tower all the way down to the first floor. So before I start working, walk into the great room here and show you. These are also completely finished. We got our small pieces of trim in between there and all the way to the masonry wall out there. So only piece of trim that I'm waiting on is right here, because Matt wants to wait to put the fridge in before we put that piece of baseboard on, just to make sure that we have enough room. So yeah, now I'm gonna stop talking. I caught you guys all up to speed on everything that I've been doing without recording. So now you guys just enjoy me putting the last kind of final pieces in, and then that will probably wrap up the video. Got this piece installed right through here, and then that is trimmed out and done. So yeah, I think that was the last bit of trim work that needed to be done. So I'm gonna kind of go over through everything and just make sure, touch up on some small stuff, and then that should be it. Well guys, I tried to time lapse, but I forgot to turn my camera on, so I'm sorry about that. But we got this window trimmed out here. Looks good. Now, I think we're gonna head on down to the basement to do a little more trim work. So I think everything's pretty much trimmed out from the castle all the way down, or from the top of the tower, sorry, all the way down to the main level, the great room and the master bedroom. So now all we have to do is a few things in the basement, and then the trim will be done. I ended up having to leave early, so this is going to be the last clip. Just want to thank all you guys for all the support you guys have been giving me, and let me know any tips, comments, and concerns down in the comments. I'm here to learn, and yeah, like always, thanks for watching, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to see more.